unable to accomplish your ultimate goal, how do you process not only the season coming to an end, but at the hands of the Astros in four?
Um, it's an awful day, just an awful, awful ending. Um, it always stings. It hurts. No one I'd rather do it with than those guys in there, and how together they are. So you know, kind of lean on each other in there, but the ending, as I've said before, it's cruel. So much goes into it, and trying to climb to that top of the mountain, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to get there yet, and it continues to. I know it'll continue to motivate everyone in there to try and get there. That's what you work for, and don't take for granted the opportunity you have sitting in front of you. And but the ending's terrible.
You generally address the team when the season comes to a close. What did you feel like it was important for you to tell them or for them to hear from you?
Just grateful to do it with them. Acknowledge. Unfortunately, many of us have felt this feeling together, that not getting all the way there and having this ending. And it never gets easier. You try to put it in perspective, and with, obviously, families and health and things like that, and real tragedies out there, you try to have that perspective, but you understand, keenly what everyone is feeling right now in that room. So, you try and reflect a little bit on it, and, also hopefully allow it to be another log on the fire that creates that burn and motivation heading in the off season, that you want to be on that stage, you want to be playing for all of it, and you got to keep fighting for it.
Brendan standing on your right, Aaron.
Aaron, the first time you went out to check on Nestor, was that the groin, and how is he now?
I mean, he's all right. He actually did it, I think, in his bullpen in his first start against Cleveland. It wasn't as significant as when he went on the IL earlier in the year, but and he actually pitched through it well with that game. Then obviously came back on 3 days rest and was good. Was good today, and then, I think he had, I don't think he was in pain or anything like that. But he just, we noticed all of a sudden, the downtick in velocity, and more importantly, the command, because there's times when he'll drop in velocity, and that's not a big red flag, but obviously walking two guys in a row there, unfortunate. And, the bullpen came in and was terrific, and gave us a chance there, but feel bad for Nestor.
Dan standing, seated on your right, Aaron.
Just to go back to that, Aaron, so you guys went out, and did he just convince you that he was okay, that he would be able to get through that?
Yeah, he said he was fine. So we've, kind of talked through. We've been dealing with this on different levels for a couple months. So kind of, he said he was fine, and then, obviously wasn't quite fine enough.
Given the result, do you kind of look back on that and maybe wish you had gone with your gut and pulled him there?
We're so up against it there. Like, if going out with a trainer, we feel like he's sound. No, I'm not going to just pull him out of the game because he, isn't perfect. So once we felt like he was sound, obviously, the homer, and, so. But you don't just automatically pull guys in the middle of the second or third inning when, you feel like they're sound.
John standing on your right.
Obviously, a sweep doesn't look good at the end. How close do you feel that you guys are? And do you have any regrets at all about the postseason?
Not close enough. They beat us. I guess, and we end up second in the American League. We gotta keep working to get better. Obviously we had some key contributors missing that, I think would have been difference makers for us potentially. But then again, everyone has to deal with those things on some level. So it's frustrating.
Joel, standing on your right.
Aaron, you mentioned that having gone through this with a lot of the same guys now, this end game. Do you think that the group is missing something that could help win at this time of year? Because you essentially are having very similar postseasons, who you're able to beat and who you're not able to beat year after year.
I mean, I think we have a lot of the right ingredients in there. I think we're a few really impactful people that weren't able to play in this postseason that would have potentially been a real difference. So I do feel like we have a lot of those people in that room. We got thinned out a little bit by injury. Again, everyone's got to deal with that. But I think there was some significance. So every year is a little bit different in what exactly you have. Where are you from a health standpoint? Those things very much matter. But you're always searching to try and get better and be more complete and be more excellent in every scenario against potentially every opponent. So, I mean, you're always trying to work to get there, and sometimes it lines up better than others. Sometimes you're kind of grinding at the finish.
Andy, standing on your right, Aaron.
Aaron, you talked at the end of last season about how important it was for the club to improve, and obviously this year was better than last year, but is it disheartening at all to end this way and see the gap still between your club and Houston?
Yeah, it's awful. That's what I said. I mean, this is as bad as it gets. Again, though, I mean, and because everyone's got to deal with their stuff. I think we're a few really significant pieces in there that weren't healthy players or are hurt. That maybe it's a little bit of a different story. But you get back on the horse and try and put yourself in the best position to be successful, and the grind of the season sometimes puts you in a great position. Sometimes it makes it more challenging. There's attrition that happens throughout the year that you got to deal with. So at this point in time, right now, that we got beat by a better team right now, and that's the reality of it, and they're clearly setting the mark in this league. That we're aspiring to get to.
A couple last ones. Christy in the left center aisle.
The season began with Aaron Judge talk about his contract. Could you just say how you feel about what his season was like and the possibility that you watched his last game in pinstripes tonight?
Incredible. Just an incredible season, and someone that I've grown close with and just admire and respect, and hopefully we'll see him in pinstripes for a long time. I don't even want to think about the alternative right now. But he means a lot to a lot of us in that room.
We'll finish up with Ron up front.
Another Aaron question. For someone whose performance clearly in the postseason wasn't up to what he and you expect, Did he put himself, from what you saw, just the burden of carrying the group? What do you say to him?
I don't know. I mean, that's Ron. I mean, it's baseball, man. I mean, it happens all the time where the greatest of greats go through, a struggle and a lot of times that's just the timing of, I say it all. It's a game of failure, and you're gonna have some ups and downs, and so I think that's too easy to run to. He felt the burden of carrying. I think he was just a little bit off. I think his timing was a little bit off, and that could be for a number of reasons. In the end, it was baseball.
Aaron, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.